public hearing that we got to do.
You just had such a big smile.
Well, I should say
Weird for you to be smiling.
Joe's concerned that
Yeah, so weird.
shouldn't change anything. But I've been wrong before. Once or twice, but when I thought I was right, I was wrong.
He's struggling tonight, huh?
I know. This thing. Seriously a bus. I'm having mechanical difficulties today. Okay, we will call to order the regular Tracy City Council meeting for May, what day is it today, 9th? Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any changes to the agenda?
Mayor, we have one item that the city attorney asked to put on the agenda earlier for some attorney-client privilege on some litigation, and so we have an additional closed meeting under number 10. Then the updated agenda is in front of you.
Okay.
Motion to approve is amended.
First and second, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Somebody from the public would like to talk about something that is not on the agenda? Or they are on the agenda?
They are on the agenda.
They are.
So, okay.
Took my breath away.
That'll be a
Well,
first.
Tracy Lyons, would you like to come up to the podium and
Yep. Oh, yeah. This the podium.
Give him a check?
Oh, did I give him the check?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
He doesn't trust us with that check yet.
Maybe he's gonna keep it.
There. I'm Tyson Vanderbilt, Wayne Brock, who's been here for many years. And we'd like to present our check with the money we raised that we had told you about the last time we were here and gave you money. And we were successful. 431 tickets were sold out of 450. And we fed 171 people, and after we paid all the bills, we have $6,730 to give to the city for the senior center. So,
That's
who
seed.
may I present it to?
That's seed for what you wanna do.
What I would suggest that you do is this. I think we should get a picture with you with the city council up here, if
Yep.
that's all right, like we've
Yep.
done in the past. I'm sure Para wants to take a picture too.
Should we-
And then we have a resolution accepting the donation and restricting it so that it goes to the right place
Yep.
that the city council is going to pass after that.
Okay,
How's
so
that
I can
sound?
leave it here, it's safe here.
It's safe there, I promise. In fact, you can give it to Krista back there. She'll take it because she's going to deposit it tomorrow.
Okay, so where do you want us?
Right over here behind the mayor.
Can we go this way?
You betcha. Yep, just go right behind me.
Are we? Yeah, we're all in it.
George, you're most definitely in it. Maybe a line on either side of the mayor? A line on either side of the mayor? Right here, fill in the rest?
Hello.
We're good right here. Yeah.
What's that up there wants?
They didn't listen.
No.
Could I get a line on either side of the mayor, please? Just to balance things out? Wade?
You have to come around, you have to go around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know what room was back there.
There is none.
Around?
I'm the younger of the two.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We got time. All I know is that the camera's to your back, so I hope that's your good side.
Yes, it is. I know.
Glad you could join us.
Okay, now Tyson and Ron, flip.
Yep.
You can't get away with
on over here.
Dave, there you go.
Cool.
Ron? George?
Yep.
Come on. I
I thought I went the right way, sorry.
Okay, ready?
Should I be shaking their hand or anything?
No, that's One, two, three. One more. One, two, three. You got yours?
I got mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see ya.
Thank you. Thanks, Tracy. Much appreciated.
The people, a lot of the people right there. You know what? You bet. Yeah.
You got the check.
I got the check, yes, thank you guys.
You betcha. See ya. We'll get out that door. You betcha. All right. Thank you.
Get your take.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still kind of in public comment. I think we're okay. All right.
Need a motion for the resolution.
We need a motion on the resolution. We have one more person for public comment as well on another item. Yes.
I'll make that motion.
First and second, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Jones. Aye. Coogan.
Yes.
Teets.
Aye.
Towle.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Van Dyke.
Aye.
Mayor Corman.
Aye. Hi, Vid, you want to come up? Would you like to come up?
It's your turn.
Me?
Yeah.
Up there?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Just state your name if you would, please.
What's that?
State your name.
Okay, I'm Betty Payne. In 2015, I upgraded my home to move in to the rest of my life. The first few years were really good. I was no longer at the time to park in front of my home. There was plenty of space otherwise. Because of this, the convenience to myself, I had to move my garbage can to the alley and the block, access my property, and the cost of the extra money. My circumstances, I know the officials, but they would not help me. All I expect is the right to park in front of my home. I do not feel comfortable anymore in my home.
What's your address?
Yeah, what's your
What's
address?
your address,
What's
Betty?
that?
What's your address?
It's 254 2nd Street. I lived there 8 years. Now I feel I have to move, and I've done everything, put garage, I fixed that home up, and I don't want to move.
We haven't changed anything on the parking. I'm not sure what the concern is.
It's straight
What
south,
side?
it's straight north of the Methodist Church on the east side. By PD and Tam.
I'm 2 doors
Oh,
from the
okay,
Methodist
okay.
Church.
Yeah,
Across from the firewall. We haven't changed anything.
So Betty, why do you feel like you can't park in front of your house?
I'm sorry, I can't hear
Why
you.
do you feel like you can't park in front of your house?
Well, they blocked my doorway, the sidewalk, and I can't get to my front door. And there's 2 big cars there, my next door neighbor, and I never had a problem, and all of a sudden, they blocked. I can't walk, and when I shovel, so people can walk on my clean sidewalk, they're blocking me.
So it's the neighbors that are blocking you?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay.
this has been going
We
on
thought you
for
were
a
talking-
year.
Okay.
For a year. I'm done.
What- Mayor, why don't you,
I need help.
why don't you let us investigate it? This is the first I've heard of this particular
What's that?
issue. I'm suggesting to the city council that we investigate this, because this is the first that I've heard of this issue, and so we want to go out and take
Oh my God, it's been going on.
we want to go out and take a look at it. And so if you can talk to Shane right there and give him your name and your address
Okay,
and set a time, and we will come out and look at it
Thank
to
you.
see what we can do, if that's all right with the city council.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
investigate.
Yeah,
'cause I
yeah,
don't want to move.
yeah, I'll see what we can do.
Just
I
put
don't
it
know
up for sale, so if I don't get this taken care of, I will move.
Okay, okay,
I'm scared of them.
okay, we'll look into it,
Okay, thank you.
you bet.
Thanks, Betty.
Am I supposed to talk to you?
Yeah, I know where you live, I guess.
What's that?
I said, I know where you live too. Is there a time that works for you to meet?
No.
All right.
So, moving on to the consent calendar.
Make a motion to approve the April 25th minutes and the municipal accounts payable without breakthrough beverage.
Second.
First and second, do we have any further discussion?
626.
Roll call, please.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Krugman,
Yes.
Tiggs,
Yes.
Landite,
Aye.
Jones,
Aye.
Tao.
Aye.
Mayor Carmen.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve the municipal accounts payable for Breakthrough Beverage.
Second.
First and second, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Krugman,
Yes.
Tiggs.
Abstain.
Oh, yes, you are. Tao.
Aye.
Jones. Aye. Landite.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Mayor Carmen.
Aye.
Just gotta test me
I
every
do
once in a
every
while,
once
don't
in a
you?
while.
Way to pass the test there, Dave. Do we have any mayor council communication? Okay. Staff report?
I just want to follow up on a few things. The first one is a couple of weeks ago, there was a discussion about special assessments and what we did for Phase 3A1. I haven't emailed you about it because I wanted to talk about it or just kind of let you know in public session since we had talked about it, and that way people can hear kind of the same information at the same time. But back in November, on November 23rd of 2020, we did the special assessments for Phase 3A1. That was passed under Resolution 2020-78. There is an appendix, an attachment to that, and I can send this all to you if you'd like to read the material. That attachment included a couple of options. In the minutes, as well as when you listen to the tape, because we looked at that and listened to that as well. The City Council approved this resolution with option 2. And option 2 on this preliminary assessment roll before it was adopted was assessments allocated evenly per property function. In this case, every single person on this list received a $7,500 assessment, the same amount, unless you had an adjacent property. So like if you had two lots right next to each other, you only got assessed once. And there was a number of those cases, where that happened. So our practice for 3A so far has been to generally approve a $7,500 assessment, the same for every property by property function, as opposed to by lot or by property line or something. And so that's essentially what was acted on by the City Council on that night, and ultimately that was certified to the county tax rolls. Are there any questions about that? And then we'll have another assessment hearing on Phase 3A2, probably later this year after we complete 3A2. And then, of course, when we finish Center Street and, all of those components, that'll probably be sometime in 2023 before we actually do that one.
Before we have that assessment.
Yep.
But the one that they're doing like right now on like 5th Street and over there, that'll be this fall?
That'll be this fall, most likely, assuming that they get it done when they're supposed to get it done. Yes. Yeah. We did meet with them. We had a kind of our first meeting of the year with the contractor. You can see that they've started, working on it. And they did tell us they didn't think that there would be any issue with completing the project this year, which they're supposed to do, I think by the end of September. So presuming that they get it complete and we get final acceptance on that, then we would do the assessment hearing at the end of the year for next year.
Have the sidewalk people showed up?
Oh.
I saw them pouring some sidewalks. Yeah, I don't know how far along it is, but they're pouring some sidewalks. I saw that they took a layer of the top layer of asphalt off of one of those streets already, which is what they do before they start digging it up. And the temporary water lines are in. So yeah, they've been doing some work. It's not complete yet, but they have been working on it. Yeah.
So it's $7,500 even for a corner lot.
Yes, and so if you have a corner lot, but there's a caveat to that. So let's say that you happen to be on two different phases of the project. You know, one corner of your lot is in 3A1 and one corner of your lot is in 3A2. You could potentially receive an assessment for 3A1 and 3A2 unless you decide that you don't want to do that, that one assessment is enough. But that's the only scenario where you could potentially see that. But yes, on a corner lot, if it's within the same phase of the project, because we've only done one of these so far, has only received one assessment on a corner lot. That's correct. Yep. Couple other things I wanted to mention. Of course, on the 14th, Saturday, we have the cleanup day, which is 8. We're starting at 8 o'clock, and we want to remind people that it's in a slightly different location this time. We used to do it over by the liquor store, but now we're doing it by Public Works, out off of Highway 14, kind of adjacent to Midwest Supply. So that's where you should know that you should go if you have items, and that'll be at 8 o'clock, starting at 8 o'clock on this Saturday.
8 till
Until 3.
Till 3 o'clock.
rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Usually rains.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's almost guaranteed to rain, isn't it?
It didn't last year.
Jeez.
So the second thing I wanted to mention, of course, is we've got our Burgers, Bands, and Brews event for the community center, or excuse me, the Tracy Area Community Foundation coming up on June 4th. A couple of things. We put a little bit of information on Facebook about that again today, but we also just launched a website for that event, tracyevents.com, and you can order tickets off of there. They're $10 a piece. If you want to order advance tickets, you can do that. Our thought is that after this event, we can use that website for all kinds of events. So, maybe for Aloha Night, to the movies in the park, boxcar days, all these things in town. So then we can have a list of, hopefully people get the idea of going to these places. And if you wanted to buy, if we had a situation like Aloha Night where you buy a ticket, you could buy a ticket off there too, potentially. So I wanted to let people know that is available. So tracyevents.com. O'Brien Court sale is progressing. There's a public hearing in front of the EDA on Wednesday. The purchase agreement won't be completely done. Ultimately, the city council will have final approval on that. So at some point, it's going to come to the city council, but we need to do per state law, a public hearing for the EDA to agree to sell the property, which is happening on Wednesday. So that's progressing along. I know people have been asking about that. We're not done yet, obviously, but it's a good step to know that we're at that point. Jeff's been doing a really good job of that.
And that's advertised?
Yep.
And everything?
Yep.
Can you repeat the date and time? I just want to make sure people hear this so we don't run into the same thing that people didn't realize there was a public hearing when we sold other property.
Good point. Yes, it's 7:15 a.m. on Wednesday the 11th in front of the EDA. That is when the public hearing is going to be. There will be an action by the city council ultimately to approve the purchase agreement later as well, and so that'll be in front of this body. We don't have that scheduled yet. We're still working on the details of that agreement, but this isn't the final action on this. But yes, if you would like to speak on the issue, or you have concerns or questions or anything like that, that would be the time to do it.
In front of the EDA?
Yes, because it's an EDA-owned property.
Where's that meeting?
Here, right here where we're at right now in City Hall.
That's what I want people to know.
Yep, thank you.
7:15 or 7:30?
7:15 a.m.
Okay.
Meeting starts at 7, the public hearing's at 7:15.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you, council member. Let's get the details all in there. I already kind of gave an update on the street project, and we're moving forward as quickly as we can on that. Last week, the Jeff Nelson, the architect you hired to look at the community center and the cost of that, was here in town, and we visited with him, and I understand he also visited with some of the citizens as well. Per your direction, when we get something back from him, we'll have a meeting with the community center work group. I haven't seen anything yet. I anticipate a draft. I asked him how long, and he thought, well, maybe 30 days, and that would have been a week ago. So you're looking at a few weeks here yet before he finishes his work. But I'll keep you posted on that. But I know people have a lot of interest in that topic, and I want to make sure that people know that we're continuing to move forward on that. And those are kind of the highlights. The rest of the information is in my report. We don't have a very long meeting today, so I figure we breeze through it as quickly as we can tonight. Unless anyone has any questions about anything that's happening in the city.
Hearing none, we'll go on to new business.
Mayor, we have two resolutions tonight. The first one is approving an off-sale liquor license for Casey's. This is the same license that they get every year for 3-2 beer. It runs July 1st to the end of June. And that's all we have on that item.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2022-52 for the liquor license as long as the fees are paid.
Second.
First and second, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Schmidt,
Yes.
Teigs,
Aye.
Goodman,
Yes.
Jones,
Aye.
Howard,
Aye.
Landau,
Aye.
Mayor Corman.
Aye.
The next item is something a little bit more unique. We've done this a couple of times for ourselves, but a few weeks ago, Bill Tower approached me, and he had heard that the beach volleyball league, was losing their place, and would we be interested in having them, come and use our sand volleyball courts? We're like, sure, yeah, that would be great. More people in town, more people in the park. That's a good thing. I said, well, usually those people, like to drink beer while they're doing it. And we said, well, you can do that, but you have to have a permit from city council. Remember, we changed that regulation so that you have to approve that. And so this is limited to only at this event, which is on Tuesday nights, between May 31st till, I think, August 20-something, 21st. And it's only at that time, and it is their responsibility to make sure that everything is clean and, and that there's no underage drinking and things like that. And so ultimately, this isn't for serving, it's just to allow them that if they want to during this event, that they could do that. Per your policy of wanting to regulate that, that's what this is essentially.
Are there any hours for their?
Yeah, it's in the evenings. Yeah, it's like 6 to 9. Yeah, 6 to 10. Yes, that's right. Yeah, because there's no lights over there, so they'll be out of there by the time the sun goes down.
That's by the swimming pool. Right?
Yep, on Tuesday nights. Yep, that's correct.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2022-54, approving the permit with the additional language on there that if there's one violation caught of underage drinking or beer being left there or any other alcohol being left there, that it's revoked.
No, I think we're okay. I mean, I think with that.
That's just an addendum to us and a note
Can we
to
do
them.
one warning?
No, I wouldn't. If you're sitting there and there's a 19-year-old kid drinking beer that gets in a car and drives away and has alcohol in their breath, it's the city's problem then.
It could be the city's problem. I will tell you that, and because it's in your packet, that we did reach out to Greg and our insurance, and we talked to the league, and we wanted to make sure, what was our risk on this, and they felt that our risk was very low or almost non-existent in this particular case. But I think it's important, potentially to send that message that this is something we're trying that we've never done before, and there's been concerns about that in the past. It's up to you whether you want to give a warning. Just let us know how you'd like us to handle it.
Council can revoke the permit any time as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, this alcohol here, does that mean 3-2 beer?
No, it doesn't make any difference. It would be anything. Yeah. Yeah.
They could bring a wine cooler.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I don't want to change that. I would just like to to let them know that if there's an infraction, we're not gonna take kindly to it, let's put it that way. Whether it comes back that comes to us and that we wanna give them a warning, I'm fine with that, but I think there should be very little leeway.
If someone if it's the police, that's one thing, catching them.
Right.
If it's, I mean, I don't play volleyball anymore, I'm getting too old. But say if I'm there and I see a minor and I say, no, you can't be drinking there. That is what I consider, we need to let them control it and warn that just because someone shows up and doesn't follow, they're not automatically going to lose the option.
I would suggest, if you want to go there, is that, because what Matt is saying is right. I mean, you could revoke it at any time. You could suspend it. We could automatically suspend it, but then bring it back to the next city council meeting for a show cause hearing, and then you could decide whether you want to permanently revoke it, depending on the circumstances.
That would probably be the best way. Yeah. They have any idea how many teams?
No, don't know.
Well, it takes about an hour.
So yeah, and they're playing at 4 hours, so it's probably at least 8 teams, I would guess.
Something like that, probably.
And not all of them take an hour, but
right.
Some of the slower ones it does.
I think that they'll be careful. I really do. I think they recognize the issue. So is that how you would like us? Is that how you would like, that motion to be?
I'll approve the motion as written, and then maybe we just send whoever's the organizer is a letter going, we're approving it. Here's just, if something does happen, here's what's going to happen.
I can do that.
Just so it's laid out to them.
And what happens is that if we find an issue of any kind, whether it be empty beer cans laying around or underage drinking or anything like that, that it comes back to the next city council meeting for consideration of revoking the permit.
Perfect.
Okay.
Not that I want to go easy on them, but the beach volleyball is going to open up again because that place was bought out to the lake. So if we can get them to town, great for us. Do I want underage drinking? No, but let's try to get them to town and work with them and make it happen so they come to town.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree, George. Those sand courts are nice, but they've been underutilized for years.
So, all right.
Gary, do we need anywhere in this resolution cleanup or anything like that? Glass containers? I'm really concerned with glass bottles, especially in the sand. Is it in there somewhere?
In the permit application, all of that is addressed.
Let me make sure that, I want to read this first. I have read this before, but I want to make sure that I'm answering the question correctly.
Well, while you're looking at that, the other question I have
was some
before we
language.
would vote is, are they planning on tournaments?
Yeah, there'll be one tournament at the end.
That will be included. We're not just saying Tuesday night, that from May to August.
Well, it said
They
the
can
last
do
one is till
tournaments.
Sunday, August 21st. I'm assuming that's their tournament.
Yeah, that's correct. So just so you know, in the permit that's included, it includes some things like glass containers are not allowed specifically. In general, it says the permit holder shall be responsible for posting the area, maintaining order. And so basically, if there's any kind of disorderly conduct or anybody doing anything, I mean, we can handle it just under that. In general, no loud noise or violent conduct. They shall be responsible in ensuring the activities in the park are contained just within that area. The facility shall be left in a state of cleanliness and good condition. So I think it addresses all of those kinds of concerns, among some other things.
That sounds good. Let's get them to town.
We
Let's
need a
all have
second.
fun.
I'll second that.
Okay. First and second, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Tal.
Aye.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Landay.
Aye.
Jones.
Aye.
Koopman.
Yes.
Teigs.
Aye.
Mayor Corman.
Aye.
That's all we have for new business. The only thing, we just have a couple closed meetings unless Matt has anything before that.
I have nothing for the open meeting portion.
then we need a motion to close.
I'll make a motion to close the regular meeting and open the closed meeting.
For the attorney-client privilege first, we'll go into a separate closed meeting for the union negotiation.
Yeah, we'll have to do it two separate times.
So the first one's for the